Hi, everyone. I think we can get started now. Now, everyone, I'd just like to thank you all for coming here, and I'd like to greet you all. Now, good day, everyone. We're just all waiting now for everyone to get settled down and join our conversation on the main topic of customer retention. I'd like to welcome everyone today and thank you for joining us despite your busy schedules. By the way, my name is Max, and I manage marketing initiatives and events from Zap. Joining me today is Dean.
Hi everyone. Thank you for introducing me, Max. So I'm Dean. I work as an account executive for Zap. So generally what I do is that I meet with new merchants to get to know their business needs and introduce to them the Zap loyalty program and Zap eStore. So for today's Zap chat is a conversation. Well, we'll get to know more about the customer retention. So Max, I just want to ask, what have we done so far in the past webinars that you like the most?
Well, so far, this is our fourth webinar, and I'm always excited to be able to share Zap's advocacy and vision. Now, each webinar, we always prepare a different topic to share and discuss with our guests, and today we go to customer retention. Now, Dean, what can you share with us about the ever important topic of customer retention?
Okay, so customer retention is essentially every business owner's biggest problem. So what usually happens is they have a new business or they have an existing business and they invite new customers to try out the restaurant. But the question is, how do they usually make it? How do they make sure that these customers actually come back to them? So it really depends per business. So it could be a rewards program, a membership card, or actually anything. So that's why we are here today, actually. We want to talk about how we can retain customers and how Zap can continuously help merchants during this pandemic.
Okay, now I'm so glad to be able to welcome you all here. We have a bunch of esteemed guests and speakers here to share their expertise with us. So, Dean, who do we have joining with us today?
Yes, that's right. So today we have Joyce De Castro, our sales director, and Jana Espiritu, the head of account management, to talk more about customer retention and Zap's point of view. So may I ask our guests to show themselves, turn on your camera.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome.
So let's pin them. So they'll be the highlight of this part of the talk.
Yep, yep. Hello, so glad you can join us today.
Hello. Hi,
Yeah, thank
Dean. Hi,
you.
Max. Hi,
Hi,
Hi.
Jana.
Max.
Hello. And hi, Miss
Okay.
Pebbles. Yeah. Thanks for having us, Dean and Max.
Yeah, thank you also for joining us this
Thank you
afternoon.
so much.
So before we start, yeah, our viewers might like to know what you do every day and how long have you both been in Zap already?
Okay, sige, I'll start. So I'm Joyce. I'm the sales director of Zap. So basically, I guide and help our account executives acquire and manage their merchants. I've been with Zap since 2015.
Okay,
And
hi.
Jana?
Yeah, hi, this is Jana. I've been with Zap for a little over 5 years and handled both sales and account management. So I'm really excited to be here. Well, at least to show you guys and tell you more about how we actually help like thousands of our merchants when it comes to customer retention.
All right, all right. So first, let's start with getting to know more about Zap. So can anyone share who or what Zap is before we
Okay.
start with our topic? Yeah.
Sure. Sige, so Zap started in 2013 as a company that offers customized loyalty. Most of our merchants are in the F&B industry, but we also have merchants who are in the service and retail industries. So basically, Zap is a points earning system wherein the customers just need to enter their mobile numbers to earn or redeem points. Um, Also, the merchants have the freedom to make their own loyalty mechanics, promotions, and other creative initiatives. So, the system provides them with automated marketing tools, which Jana will, I think she will discuss it later on. So these marketing tools, they help our merchants reach out to their customers and it keeps their business top of mind also. What's nice also about Zap Loyalty is we have implementations both for offline and online, meaning in the stores and in the web stores of the merchants. Yeah. Tapos, siguro we'll share na lang din, Jana, 'di ba? We had a conversation just a few months ago on how it helped your merchant transition during this pandemic from offline to online.
Yeah, well, actually, there are a lot of merchants
Mm-hmm.
that really, or they had to transition from offline to online. But I think I know who you're talking about. Because this was Japan, right? Because
Yeah.
Japan was like one of the first few ones um that we made an online store for. So I guess just to give you guys a background. So Japan has like 5 physical stores. Pre-pandemic, doing very, very well. And then come in pandemic, a lot of stores had to close. So there was really no way for them to like sell. I mean, because they usually, because they sell like breads, well, most of their products. So a lot of customers really buy from them on like a weekly, even daily basis. So when the stores had to close because of the pandemic, it was really a challenge for them because there was no way for them to sell. And that's where we actually came in. So we were able to build like an online store for them. And so siguro just also to give you an idea, with Japan, they also have like a loyalty program in place.
Mm-hmm.
So how their customers earn is they go to the store, they actually have a loyalty card, where it has like even freebies and coupons. And then every time you visit, you buy something, you earn points. So that with the online transition, so what we actually did is we created an online store for them. So Zap partnered with Shopify is like a renowned e-commerce platform. And then we created, so how we did it when it comes to their loyalty program, Zap actually create like a Shopify app wherein the customers, when they purchase online, they will still be able to use their points, and they can also redeem points every time they purchase. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are already familiar on online ordering. So how it actually works is when you go to the site and then you purchase, and then when you check out, you actually input your like mobile number. So once you've completed the purchase, you actually also get points. You get rewarded with these points, and these points you can use on your next purchase. So what's really nice about that is I can say it was really smooth because these customers of them who have always bought from their physical stores, whether it's in Makati, QC, they are still able to order from them online. And then even their existing points before, they are still able to use it through the Shopify site that we created for Japan. Sorry, did Joyce, and that was actually most of
Yeah.
our conversation because, and the reason why I think I said a lot of things is that Japan was really one of the, like, since they were the first ones,
Yeah.
a lot of our, other merchants, they kind of followed also what they did, as it was really, really successful when it comes to implementation or being able to have both offline and offline um, loyalty programs.
Mm-mm.
Good to hear. So I'm just curious. So I was gonna ask you more about Japan, but you've already preempted all my questions. So that's okay. I'm just gonna ask. So you were talking about points. So these points, do they actually expire?
Well, it's up to the merchants, really.
Oh.
Yeah. So if they want to expire, but essentially they don't. We normally, I mean, you as a customer, you wouldn't want your points to expire. But we have merchants who expire them just so they can still track everything. And then there's also like sense of urgency for customers to use them. So, but the nice thing with Zap is that really up to the merchants, since a lot of, most of these are customizable. It's up to you, the business owner,
Mm-mm.
if you want the customer's points to expire or not.
All right. So these points, how did the merchants decide? Like, for example, I purchased something on the store. How many points, or who decides how many points are given to the customer?
Still the merchant. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So it
okay.
depends on what cashback percentage they want to give. Normally, our merchants give about 5% to 10% cashback. But yeah, basically it's really up to the merchant.
Okay, so you hear it, guys. So it really depends on the merchant. Yeah, you have the freedom to do all
Yeah.
your mechanics.
Oh,
Mhm.
I have a follow-up question. Like, imagine I'm a customer and I go into a business's physical store.
Mhm.
Can I earn points there, and can the points there be used on the online store, on the
Yes,
e-store?
definitely. Yeah, definitely. We actually have a lot of merchants who do that. Maybe I can give another example. So we have Macau Imperial Tea. They have over 100 branches nationwide. So they launched their loyalty program. They had a loyalty card nung time na yun, in 2019. So they launched it in their stores, and then the pandemic hit. So of course, like the customers had their cards with the points. So what they did during the pandemic was they also launched an online store wherein like the customers can just order from that store and still earn and redeem the points. Tapos what's nice about what Macau is doing pa is that the customers can get online exclusives whenever they redeem their points online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So later, Max, let's go and visit the website. Maybe we'll get those items that
Yeah.
you're talking about.
I'm just in the order.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. So let's move on. You've mentioned already some of the features of the loyalty program. So can you share more? What exactly are the things or tools that merchants can also use in the loyalty program?
I was on mute pala. Yeah, actually that's a good question, because the first or the top of mind feature that I thought of is the SMS blast. And I think Japan is still a good example. And the reason behind that is when we were launching their online store, this came in super handy with them. So with SMS blast, this is what they used actually to to let their customers know that first they actually have an online store now. Their customers can actually continue, their usual, their weekly, their daily purchase from them. And then what they did to really encourage these customers to purchase from them again is, like give a freebie, like a free shipping, so that once you receive the message, customers, their usual customers, they know that, okay, I can still buy from them, and then there's free shipping. So
Yeah.
if you compare it, like instead of buying from like the Grab grocery and stuff like that, they were like, oh,
Yeah.
at least this is like a trusted brand,
Mm-hmm.
because I always purchase from them. And then at the same time, there's a freebie, and it's very convenient because it's online. So that's one of the features, I would say, that the Zap loyalty program has, and really come in handy with, sorry, um with the merchant. Sorry, the merchant is called.
The merchant. Yeah, yeah.
Account
So,
management.
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
now that
Yeah,
we've talked
but it
about
comes in
yeah.
handy with online store.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So now that
yeah.
I just want to ask also, since you're still in SMS Blast, so you know how there's a lot of random text messages coming in lately. I don't know if you guys experience that. So how do
Mm-hmm.
we ensure that these text messages from merchants are actually legit and they're real? Is there a way to know that?
Well, that's a very good question, especially with all the stuff that's happening now, like fraud. And um a lot of hackers around there, super
Yeah.
scary.
Mhm.
Well, the nice thing with the SMS blast is it's not like a random number, or it's not even like a 4-digit number, but it's actually the merchant's name. So we can set it up for the merchant in such a way that their SMS blast would actually come out as their name. So like for Japan, it comes out as, Japan or
Oh.
Japan Cafe. Yep. So it's really from them. And
Oh.
yeah, so that's why it's more um it's legit than than those
Yeah.
other numbers that you get that are scary, especially
Yeah.
since we recommend sending links also to the customers. So it's,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. So because I think you've been advocating these SMS blasts recently. I think because you're advocating it, it really makes a difference in the merchants. It benefits them, and I'm gonna assume it really is easy to use because they can just send any text message that they want, and also for the customers, and at least they know that their favorite brand is actually giving them the right information, because there's a lot of issues also with fake information out there. So at least we know
Mhm.
everything's legitimate. Okay, so the next question that I have is, what sets Zap apart from other loyalty programs?
uh Honestly, a lot, yes. A lot. But I would have to say top of mind also would be Zap's autopilot feature. So this is like the favorite feature of our merchants, especially pre-pandemic. Um, well, because now SMS Blast is also there because, again, like with what I mentioned, because the SMS Blast can be used for announcements, for promos. So now SMS Blast has been very, very useful to our merchants.
Mhm.
But another one is the autopilot. And this is really what sets us apart. And the reason behind that is how this, well, we're the only ones who has this feature. And how it works is it's like an alarm clock for for your customers. So you can set it up, again, another customized feature of Zap where the businesses can actually set like triggers for their customers. So one, this actually targets your non-returning customers because it sends a message. Again, I said it's like an alarm clock. So it sends like a message to your customers who actually haven't
Mhm.
visited you or haven't purchased anything from you for the past X number of days. So let's say I'm a milk tea place, and normally a customer should be ordering from me again after a week. So I can set it up in such a way that after 7 days, if Dean hasn't visited my website or my store in like a week, then you will be reminded, Dean, like, hey, Dean, it's time to get
Mm-mm.
that
Oh.
Okinawa milk tea. Suddenly I want milk. Like something like that. We can
Yeah.
it's
Same.
customizable, and then you can even include, promos and new products on your
Yeah.
SMS.
Yeah. I'm curious lang, how do you set this up? Or is it a secret right now?
It's not really a secret because, again, we make things super easy for our merchants. So it's also available at the back end where you can just set up the number of days, and then you set up the message that
Mm-mm.
you want to send to your
Mhm.
customers.
I
As
love
simple
it.
as that.
So I guess I love it because if your brand is more fun or more more casual, you can make the tone more casual in your text. Or if you're more formal, you can make it more formal. So I love the customizability, if that's
Mhm.
a word, of your loyalty program. So maybe Joyce would like to add anything about that
Yeah.
for the loyalty program. Yeah.
Yeah, aside from it being customizable to how the business is, it's actually also compatible to different kinds of businesses. I mean, I know I mentioned earlier that most of our merchants, our clients are in the F&B industry, but because of its flexibility, it can actually adapt to different kinds of businesses. Let's say if you're a restaurant and you're like a fine dining restaurant, a sit down restaurant. So we can cater to that. We can also cater to quick serve restaurants, to retail stores, and again, even online. So yeah, that's something that I really like about Zap, and that's something that our merchants love about Zap.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Because you
Yeah.
can cater to their needs, know whatever they
Yes.
want to
Yes.
implement.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay. So, what about Jana? Do you like to add anything else?
Um, I think Joyce, we currently have the promo also
Oh
for
yeah.
merchants.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I just want to promote also our
For
Zap East.
album. Check.
Yeah.
Joke lang.
My album. I want I just want to promote also our Zap e-store referral program. So for every successful merchant that you refer to us, we will give you a 5,000 peso discount upon renewal of contract. So that's a big thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay. So, thank you, Jan and Joyce, for your time, for also asking your questions regarding the loyalty program. So that's it, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have your own SMS blast, if you want to do your own autopilot, if you want to have your own loyalty program, you can reach out to Zap, and they'll help you with implementing all
And
these
web
things that you
store.
want to do. Oh, sorry, and the web star. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Correct.
Actually, there's so much more. We just highlighted, I believe,
Yeah.
the favorite stuff that merchants
Mm-hmm.
usually
yeah.
and they really
Mm-mm.
use, but they're really more to the Zap loyalty program.
Hmm?
All right, sige. So I think thank you for sharing that. I think we've already learned so much about the loyalty program. Hopefully in the next webinars we'll get to know more about these features that you haven't really discussed. So thank you, Jana and Joyce, for your time. And I'll give the mic to Max.
Thanks
Everyone.
also.
And friends, if you have any questions, we're gonna have a short Q&A right after these speaking roles, where we can address any questions we receive. And now, speaking of the many Zap clients, we'd like to introduce you to one of them now. Joining us is someone who's been implementing a loyalty program for a long time now.
Yes. So that's right, Max. So today, the guest for today is They Zapchat. Was working in corporate until 2009, and she has been involved in their family business since she was in high school. So they had a home-based business, food business before acquiring Sugarhouse in 2008. So Sugarhouse is Manila's premier cake shop. It has been the home of amazing cakes and pastries since 1983. So we believe they are the perfect guest because for today's topic. So they are a homegrown brand, and it would be interesting to hear their story and how they've been engaging their customer base for all of these years. So since 1983, ito guys, matagal na talaga. Older pa than me. So everyone, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Pebbles Santos, the president of Sugarhouse, to the call. So
Hi
hi, Miss Pebbles.
everyone.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah. First, I just wanted
Uh,
to say that everything I've been listening to Jana and Joyce talking, and everything they said is true. I can vouch
relate.
for this.
Thank you
Everything they
so
said with
much.
experience
Thank you, Miss
ourselves, and
Pebbles.
yeah, all true, all true.
All right, sige. So, Max, maybe you'd like to start?
Actually, Ms. Pebbles, we do have a bunch of questions for you. And actually, you have a remarkable story as a businesswoman. Now, we just want to ask, what made you transition from corporate to taking over the family business?
Okay, well, as Dean said, my mom started this home-based business way back in when I was in high school. She supplied baked goods to various bake shops and other outlets. And I would help her out and continue to do so on the side, even when I started working after college. I found it interesting to be working in a family-owned business. Then when my dad acquired Sugarhouse in 2008, he asked me to help with the marketing, which I did while I was still working. By the end of 2009, I was getting tired of my corporate job. I had this new boss that I didn't really get along with, and our office had been downsizing. So I left the company and joined Sugarhouse full time in January of 2010.
Okay,
Okay, okay.
okay. So, if I may ask, why Sugar House?
Good question. Well, it's similar to what we were doing before, although on a much larger scale. I mean, our home-based business was really just a small business. And my dad, he was very much a corporate man, and there was a time, I guess, when he was near retirement, when he decided he wanted to have his own business. Then we heard that Sugarhouse was available. And since it was similar to what we were doing before, my dad just went for it and acquired Sugarhouse.
So I'm just curious because from 1983 to 2008, that's actually a long time when you acquired it. What is your dad like? Is your dad like a suke, or is he loyal also to Sugarhouse? Is that why he acquired it, or
Well,
is it a friend that you acquired it? Yeah.
actually, no. Well, our family has always been a fan of Sugarhouse. We used to buy their apple pie.
Okay.
I'm sure you're all familiar with the French apple pie. In the 80s, I mean, in the 1980s, there weren't that many bake shops, and Sugarhouse was up there. You know, when you needed a cake or something, Sugarhouse was one of your go-to places. Aside from that, I'd always go there to have their beef salpicado, even before.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were fans of Sugarhouse, and when we heard it was available, like, wow, really? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
I
it's
agree.
a
Because
beautiful story from fan to president woman.
it's
Yeah.
like parang goals. Like when you're young, like us now, parang we want to franchise this, we want to franchise that, and then it's just a dream when you actually get to franchise something, especially if you like it. Parang it's a different kind of passion as well when you do your job that you really like. Yung parang when you're passionate about something, parang it's easier to work, to put it
Yes,
simply.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Really. Oh, also, but when you took over Sugarhouse, what challenges did you face there? And starting out there, what were your priorities?
Okay, well, when I joined in 2010, when I joined full time, the business was not doing that well. They pretty much expanded too quickly, I think. When we acquired it, there were only 5 stores. But when I joined, we were up to like something like 17 stores, and some of the stores were really not in good locations, and therefore were not making money. So what I did as why I looked at the stores and I closed the ones that weren't doing well and the ones that I thought were not in suitable locations. And we concentrated on improving the sales in the remaining stores through marketing.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
curious lang. So 17 stores, were all these like company owned, or did you also have franchisees?
Um, at the time we had 2 franchises, but the others were all company.
Ah, oh,
Okay.
all right.
So,
Yeah.
since taking over, what changes did you make?
Well, aside from closing the unprofitable stores, I looked at other areas where we could cut expenses. I also looked at our product line and removed the items that were not selling well, replaced them with new items. We did a lot more marketing, promotions.
So I'm just curious, from when you acquired it, did you change the menu? Like, did you totally change like what Sugar House was known for, or did you keep it and made it better? So what are the things that you did with the menu?
Yeah. Well, when it came to the cakes, we pretty much kept all the popular cakes, the ones that were selling well. We have not changed any of the recipes, so we're still using, the original recipes. We also retained the best-selling meals and added a few of our own. So we added some dishes that we've been cooking at our own homes, for years, recipes that we developed over the years.
Okay, okay.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Um, Also, speaking of doing promotions, just a question on everyone's head, like the also important question. How did you get the customers to walk in the store? Like, what promotions did you do?
Well, since Sugar House is best known for cakes, we focus on that first. So we had different kinds of promotions to feature our cakes. Like we had a cake of the month promo where we featured 10% off the featured cake for the month. We had a birthday blowout promo where birthday celebrants could get 20% off during their birthday week. And then we had special cakes for special occasions like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day. These are like the three big occasions when it comes to cakes.
Okay.
So what we wanted to achieve was to become, like the go-to place for cakes for whatever celebration, be it a birthday or anniversary or any of these special occasions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how were you able to ensure that the customers kept going back to Sugarhouse? Like became
Oh,
repeat customers. Is that where Zap loyalty comes in?
of course. Yeah, well, the top two things you must have for customer retention is number one, you have to have a good product, right? Something that people will keep coming back for more. And number two, you have to have good service. Because without these two, even if you have a really good loyalty program like that, it wouldn't work.
Okay.
So we said service because obviously when you're in the food business, service comes hand in hand with it. What exactly sets Sugar House apart from everyone when you say service? Like what's good service for you?
Good service for me is well, basically, if I want to buy something or if I purchase something, I want to be able to get what I want very easily, right away. And in case, I mean, especially in the food business, it's pretty much unavoidable, to have problems, be it a problem with the product or a problem with the service or something.
Yeah.
The product, like sometimes a customer will order several things for delivery and then you forget to send one of those things, right? So
Yeah.
it's a problem and will result in a complaint. Or with service naman, if a customer wants something delivered, at 12 and it comes at 1, then that's another problem, another source of complaint. So it's inevitable. I mean, people make mistakes, things happen.
Yes.
So, we've had our share of customer complaints, but the important thing is service recovery.
Of
So
course.
if you have a complaint, if something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. What's important is how you recover from that. And if you do it well, then you'll have a customer for life.
Wise words.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that quote.
Can
I
we
love that quote.
can we frame that quote real quick?
I don't think
I
it's
took
original.
down.
I must have heard it from somewhere, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to backtrack a little in the relationship with Zap, what made you decide to get a loyalty program?
Well, Zap was very convincing. I thought it would help us keep our customers coming back. And what I liked was the autopilot feature that Jana was mentioning before. Yeah, we really made use of the autopilot feature. Basically, if a customer, didn't have, if you have a customer who hasn't come back for X number of days, and he or she would get a text message saying, oh, hey, you still have so many points that you can use at Sugarhouse, or you can use your points to buy, to get this product for free. So why don't you drop by, something like that. And I think it helped get our customers to keep coming back.
Okay.
Definitely.
And that's what made us decide to join, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's been a while. Yeah, I asked how long you've been Sugarhouse. You've been in Zap na pala for Sugarhouse. Parang since the start of Zap, you were already there with us. So we're really happy. You're still here, and we're still here. Going with you in your journey.
Yeah.
So really happy as well.
Always glad to have you. Oh, also, segueing to a more parang technical question. With the with loyalty program with customer retention, what success metrics did you set up? Like, what were you looking for? What were you tracking?
Well, in the beginning, our goal with Zap was to just get people to sign up for the program, because obviously it won't work if you don't have any members signing up. So at first we had a problem with that. We weren't getting a lot of people to sign up. I guess, I don't know, they just didn't want to have the hassle of it. So Zap, even when Zap made it really easy, all you have to do is put in your mobile number and you're pretty much already signed up. But when we started giving incentives to our staff, again with the help of Zap, they provided the incentives. Then they started, getting more excited about getting customers to join. So then that's when we started getting a lot of members, and we eventually end up with more than 10,000 members. So that was our first goal, to just get people to sign up.
Okay,
And then
okay.
of course, yeah, and then of course after that, we had to see if it would result in more sales. And I think it did, because Zap has a really good portal also, where you could go to check what's happening. And
Yeah.
we could see that mainly, I guess, as a result of the autopilot feature, people were indeed coming back, and we'll tell you, how much they spent when they come back, when they came back. So we could see
Yeah.
right away that our investment was a good idea.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Mhm.
I'm really happy for that.
I'm like a poster girl for Zap now.
I love it.
Oh,
Sige, Max.
a question that every business owner is familiar with. Also a sore topic for some. How did the pandemic affect your operations and the loyalty program?
Okay. Well, as everyone knows, the food business is badly hit by the pandemic. All the restaurants, especially those that relied on dine-in sales. We, like other businesses, had to adjust and adapt with the ever-changing ECQ, GCQ, NECQ, and now we have all these alert levels. Totally confusing. But every time there was a change, we had to also quickly adapt. Pre-pandemic, we had 6 stores. During 2020, in 2020, we had to close 3 of them when their leases expired. And what changed the most in terms of our operations was our commissary. Whereas before, the commissary delivered mainly to our stores and our corporate or catering customers, now our commissary serves individual customers as well. Our Zap e-store is based at the commissary, and we also have Grab, Food Panda, and Pickle there. So that was a major adjustment, as we had to retrain our staff at the commissary to be able to prepare orders for individual customers. But
I think it's
yeah, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it's cost efficient because you only have one place to manage people. Your costs are always in one place, so it's relatively easier versus 6 stores. Na medyo kalat-kalat
Yes.
pa. Yeah.
Exactly. Not to mention cheaper, because we don't have the overhead of the other stores. And because of the nature of our main product, which is cakes, we can deliver practically to anywhere, even if it's far. Diba? Unlike if you're serving hot meals, medyo mahirap because there's a food safety factor. But for cakes, and we also have this special packaging for delivery, so the cakes won't get messed up during while it's in transit. So because of the nature of our products, we were able to deliver so wherever Lala Move can deliver, we're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what saved us during the first few months of the lockdown? It was Zap.
Oh,
Zap
thank
saved us.
you.
Yeah, because di ba the lockdown started mid-March, and then April, May. It was only, I think, around June when they allowed some stores to open up
Yes.
again. Yeah, so it was pretty sudden, right? The lockdown, and we were stuck with all this inventory of cakes. in our
Oo.
freezer. And sayang, di ba? Because gawa na yung cakes and we had, I don't know how many cakes. But so what happened was immediately the day after the lockdown, we started doing text blasts to our customers through Zap because we had our database of mobile numbers. Yeah, more than 10,000. So what we did was we did text blasts, and we also had credits because we had not been using. What happens
Oo,
is,
yes.
yeah, because with Zap you
Oo.
get a certain number of text messages in a month, every
Yes.
month, right? So medyo naipon siya. So we started using our text credits and we just kept text blasting our customers, and the response was really amazing. I don't know, parang at that time kasi siguro a lot of the stores were closed. So there were only so many stores where you could order from, and some of the stores were not really set up for delivery, right? So immediately once we sent out a text blast, we would orders would start coming in. So I would have to. We had 3 store heads working from home, taking orders. So I would tell them, oh, I'm gonna do a text blast na. Ready na ba kayo? Ask
So the
them.
order is
Yeah,
parating
kasi
na.
talagang instant yung response. Once you send the text blast, talagang ayan na, magda-text na yung mga customers. It was really amazing the first couple of months after lockdown, and that's pretty much how we survived. And the other thing I have to mention is, like Jana said, it's very easy to use. Me, I'm really not a tech savvy person, but I learned really quickly how to do a text blast. It's really easy using the Zap platform.
Okay.
So yeah,
Good to
so that's
hear.
how
That's
Zap saved us the first few months of the pandemic.
Yay.
More
Thank you so much
perspectives.
that we were able. Appreciate it. Okay. Ang ganda ng success story.
Now more on parang more on a casual light. Personally, since it's almost year end and we're about to welcome 2022, what are you looking forward to in the next year? Like, what are you excited? What are you excited about?
The end of the pandemic, so I can go to the beach.
Same.
Yeah. Well, seriously, I don't think we'll ever get back, to how it was before. And I don't think the pandemic will just one day end. If it's not COVID and it's, all its many variants, it's going to be something else. Um, I think this kind of situation is pretty much here to stay. We're just going to have to be careful and protect ourselves as well as we can. At the same time, we shouldn't let this keep us from enjoying life the way we used to. So we'll just have to learn to do things a little differently, I think.
Adjust na lang tayo for short.
Yeah, but I do look forward to the time when we can be a little more free and start going out. What's stopping us now is I have a kid who's 9 years old and they don't
Not
have
yet
the vaccines
vaccinated.
yet. Yeah, but once he's able to get his vaccine, then we'll be more free to get out. Hopefully next year.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those listening now, get vaccinated para this pandemic ends. So we can all go to the
Yes.
beach.
Everybody. I'm happy to note also that we're 100% vaccinated.
That's good.
Ah,
Congrats.
thankful for that.
Parang one last follow-up question. On a more personal note, I'm actually planning on treating my family out this Christmas. So personally, what do you recommend from Sugarhouse?
Oh, they're everything. Well, it's hard to choose a favorite but when it comes to cakes, my personal favorite is the midnight chocolate cake. And this
Sounds
year,
good.
we came up with a Christmas midnight cake. So it's basically the same cake, but they decorated it to be a Christmas cake with Christmas toppers. Other personal favorites are French apple pie, which also now comes in a petite version, good for 4 to 5 people. And also our turtle pie is another favorite, which a lot of people like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also we'd like to promote our meals and takeout trays, because now you can order not just your dessert from us, but you can order your complete meal. So you can have your dessert and your meal, your food, also for your celebrations at home or wherever. We have takeout trays good for 4 to 5 people or for 8 to 10 people. It comes in two sizes. And of course, if you still have names on your gift list, we have a lot of choices. So whatever your price point and whoever you want to or whoever you need to give a gift to, I'm sure you'll be able to find something on our list.
Okay.
Yeah, so guys, go to sugarhouse.com.ph to find all these, what the things that Miss Pebbles is talking about. So that's their official website. It's also been redesigned, so it's very easy to navigate. We have a new layout with them. So it's actually pretty cute if you go to their website now.
Yeah, it's also powered by Zap, right? And we have our
Yes.
loyalty program on there also.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Sige.
Miss Pebbles, I just want to give you our heartfelt thanks. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your expertise with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
inviting me. I'm glad I was able to have a chance to share my experience with Zap.
Yes, and we'll keep your quote. Yung if I have a complaint, it's not the end of the world, but it's how you recover from that. So you have to do well, so you have a customer for life. So we'll keep that in mind as well.
Nice.
On. All right,
All
sige.
right.
So, Miss Pebbles, you can now exit the call by turning off your video. So
Oh,
that will continue.
actually, before that, I want to open the floor for some questions. Like if anyone
All
has
right, sorry.
for either Miss Pebbles or us at Zap, we did receive a few. So hold on. Let's see what questions we have today. Okay. Here we go. As a customer, do I have to purchase a loyalty card to get rewarded?
I'll answer that. As a customer, well, it's actually merchant specific, so it depends on the merchant. Whether if they require a loyalty card, so essentially or generally, there's really no need to purchase a loyalty card. But there are some merchants like Japan or Macau. They have a loyalty card, so for customers to be able to earn points. But majority of merchants actually there's no need for a card. You just purchase and you already get points.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And I think this one's also for Zap. If the merchant is already using or has an SMS blast from a different supplier, can they connect it to the Zap autopilot?
Yeah, that's for Zap.
Yep.
So the question
Yeah,
is.
so I'll answer na lang also.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if the merchant, I know there are some merchants, they have their own suppliers, especially even before they signed with Zap. To answer the question, if they can connect it to the Zap autopilot, they can't. But it's very easy. So either way, whichever they want to use for sending a text message. I guess if they want to use the autopilot, Zap actually includes credits naman that they actually use for sending text message. Usually when they sign up with us, it already includes certain number of credits that can be used for both SMS Blast and Autopilot. And if they actually have a big database of customers and they need more credits for sending Autopilot messages, it's super easy lang to top up. It actually costs like 60 cents per text message. So they can just top up easily from the dashboard and be able to send these Autopilot messages.
And I just want to add, it's actually easier to just send the text messages via Zap dashboard. At least you have one dashboard to look at. I mean, it's just in the back end, so at least you can track your messages. You can track the autopilot messages and even coupons that you send out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Joyce's point is everything is already there. You can
Yeah.
export your database there. You can set up everything there and your credits and then the autopilot.
Okay.
All right. Sige, there are two questions for Ms. Pebbles. So the first one is, how do you get customer feedback? And how do you come up with new flavors or new products that you launch in your website or in your stores?
Yes, okay. How do we get customer feedback? Well, before pre-pandemic, we'd have surveys in the stores. So just small pieces of paper, and we on a periodic basis ask customers to fill that out. Honestly, now when everything is more online, we still have to work out how we're going to do that. I was actually thinking of asking Zap if on the online store if there's some kind of feature we could use to do that, but we just haven't gotten around to that yet. And flavors, well, one of the things we do is we look at the market to see what's out there, what's popular now, and we see if we're able to do our version of that. Also, we have a lot of other recipes for cakes in our database. So from way back, and these are original Sugarhouse recipes. So sometimes we'll just relaunch, one of those. It's one of the more popular cakes before.
Okay. And our next one is also for you, Ms. Pebbles. So, what advice can you give for other business owners to address the challenges of the pandemic?
Sorry, to adjust that.
To address the challenges of the pandemic.
Challenge the pandemic.
Yes.
Okay.
How do they?
Well, yeah. You just have to be quick on your feet to adjust to whatever the situation is. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. I mean, we made a lot of mistakes along the way, but we just have to learn from them. With every change, with every new situation, also comes new opportunities. So you just have to look around, part of it is doing some research or reading articles or attending webinars or looking at what other people are doing and learning from that. But the key thing is you just have to be able to adjust really quickly to whatever the situation is.
Okay. So I just want to add as well. We do have a way how to get feedback from customers. So there's for feedback, like for feedback. So Zap in-house we have as well, and also on Shopify we also can have apps to install on the website so that we can get customer feedback. So just two ways on how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention the Zap survey since, yeah, I mean, we have that feature, especially for physical stores, where customers can actually, well, just to give you siguro an overview, like how it works. But basically, every time a transaction is made, a text is also sent to the customer, where the merchant can customize specific questions that they want to ask their customers, like how the store is, how the food is, how the service was. So any questions that they want to ask, that will be sent to the customer through SMS, and then customers can answer them, and then you can even give them, like a freebie afterwards, since most customers would do these types of surveys if they get something
free.
for free. Yeah. So, but yeah, and then at the end of the day, you can always export all of your data, the answers that you get from all of the customers' answers from this survey. also on the back end, again, everything's there.
Okay. Mm,
All right. Thank you for sharing that, Jana, Joyce, and Miss Pebbles.
Sure.
I that's all the questions we have right now. But
And all the time. Yeah, we don't have time anymore.
mentioned earlier by Joyce, we do have a very special holiday offer for you guys from Zap. So, Joyce, do you think you can re-elaborate on Zap's holiday offer?
Oh yeah. Okay, sure. So we're offering a referral program to our existing merchants. We're gonna give 5,000 pesos off on the renewal fee for every successful merchant referred to us. This is for the e-store, for the Zap e-store.
All right. So I think that's it for the webinar. So don't forget, we have the holiday offer. We've talked about customer retention today, SMS Blast and Autopilot. And we'd like to thank again Miss Pebbles for coming to our webinar, for taking her time off to share more about her knowledge and the wisdom with us. So thank you everyone for coming to this to
So
the
much
Zap chat.
to-
Sorry. Yes. Thank you everyone.
Thank you so
Merry
much. Thank you, Miss
Christmas.
Pebbles.
And Merry
We
Merry
love
Christmas.
your
Merry
story.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you.
Christmas.
Thank you. And we're gonna have another webinar in January. Don't worry, we'll invite everyone, and we will see you all next year. Thank you.
Next year. Bye guys.
Bye.